Here, you're up. Thanks very much.
You stick next to this.
Wait, I'm gonna do that.
She was Roderigo. She was Roderigo.
Okay, good.
Act 1, Scene 1, Venice, the street.
Certes, says he, I have already chose my officer. And what is he? Forsooth, a great arithmetician, one Michael Cassio, that never set a squadron in the field nor the division of battle knows.
I would not follow him then.
I follow him to serve my turn upon him. All masters cannot be truly followed. In following him, I follow but myself. Heaven is my judge, not I for love and duty, but for my peculiar end.
What a full fortune does the thicklips owe, if he can carry it thus?
Call up your father. Rouse him.
What ho! Brabantio! Signor Brabantio! Ho!
Awake! What ho, Brabantio! Thieves! Look to your house, your daughter in your bags!
Ah, what is the reason of this terrible summons?
Signor, is all your family within?
Are your doors locked?
Why?
Zounds, sir, you have rubbish! For shame! Put on your gown! Arise, I say!
What have you lost your wits?
Most reverend Signor, do you know my voice?
Not I, what are you?
My name is Roderigo.
Oh, the worse are welcome. My daughter is not for thee. What tellest thou of me robbing? This is Venice, and my house is not a grange.
I'm one, sir, that comes to tell you your daughter and the Moor are now making the beast with two backs.
Thou art a villain.
You are a senator?
Sir, I find it is that your fair daughter transported to the gross clasps of the lascivious Moor.
Strike on the tender hoe. Call my people. This accident is not unlike my dream.
Farewell, for I must leave you. If I stay, I shall. And some more.
Now, Roderigo, where didst thou see her? With the Moor, sayest thou? How dost thou know who was seen? What said she to you? Are they married, think you?
Truly, I think they are.
Oh, heaven. Do you know where we may apprehend her and the Moor?
I think I can discover her.
Pray you lead on. Your weapons, ho! And raise some special offers of dice. On your Rodrigos. I'll deserve your pains.
Act 1, Scene 2, another street. Oh, we don't. It's okay.
Are you fast married? Be sure of this, that the Magnifico is much beloved and hath in his effect a voice potential as double as his dukes. He will divorce you or put upon you what restraint and grievance the law, with all his might to enforce it on, will give him cable.
Let him do his spite. For know, Iago, but that I love the gentle Desdemona, I would not my unhoused free condition put into circumscription and confine for the sea's worth.
You're best to go in.
I must be found. My parts, my title, and my perfect soul shall manifest me rightly. Is it they?
By Janus, I think no.
My lieutenant, what is the news?
The Duke does greet you, General, and he requires your appearance on the instant.
What is the matter?
Something from Cyprus, business of some heat. Many of the councils raised in that are at the Duke's already.
I will go with you.
Ancient, what makes he here?
Faith, yet tonight hath boarded a land carack. If it prove lawful prize, he's made forever.
I do not understand.
He's married. To
Who?
married to
Have with you.
go, Captain, we go.
Here's another troop.
As for Brabantio, be advised.
Paula, stand there.
Down with him, thief!
Keep up your bright swords, for the dew will rust them.
Oh, thou foul thief! Where hast thou stolen my daughter? Thou hast enchanted her, abused her delicate youth with draughts or minerals. Lay hold upon him. If he do resist, subdue him at his peril.
Hold your hands. Where will you go that I go to answer your charge?
To prison.
What if I do obey? How may the Duke be satisfied upon some present business of the state to bring me to him?
How? The Duke in council, and this time of the night, bring him away.
council chamber. Here comes Brabantio and the valiant Moor. Valiant Othello, we must straight employ you against the general enemy Ottoman. I did not see you. Welcome, gentle Signor. You lacked your counsel and help tonight.
So did I yours. Good, your grace, pardon me for my particular grief, is of so floodgate and overbearing nature that it engulfs and swallows other sorrows.
Why? What's the matter?
My daughter. Oh, my daughter! She is abused, stolen from me, and corrupted by spells and medicines brought of mountebanks.
Whoever he be in this foul proceeding hath thus beguiled your daughter herself, and you of her. You shall yourself read in the bitter letter after your own sense.
Humbly, I thank your grace. Here is the man, this Moor.
What in your own heart can you say to this?
That I have ta'en away this old man's daughter, it is true. I have married her. Rude am I in my speech, and therefore little shall I grace my cause in speaking for myself. Yet, by your gracious patience, I will a round unvarnished tale deliver of my whole course of love. What drugs, what charms, what conjuration, and what mighty magic. For such proceeding I am charged with all, I won his daughter.
A maiden of spirit so still and quiet in spite of nature, to fall in love with one she feared to look on. I therefore vouch again that with some mixtures, or with some dram conjured to this effect, he wrought upon her.
Did you, by indirect or forced courses, subdue this young maid's affections?
Let her speak of me before my father.
Fetch Desdemona hither.
Her father loved me, oft invited me, still questioned the story of my life. I ran it through my boyish days, to the very moment that he bade me tell it, of moving accidents, of hairbreadth escapes, of being taken by the insolent foe and sold to slavery, of my redemption and of the cannibals that each other eat, and men whose heads do grow below their shoulders. She'll come again, and with a greedy ear devour up my discourse. I did consent and often did beguile her of her tears. This only is the witchcraft I have used.
I think this tale would win my daughter, too.
I pray you, hear her speak, gentle mistress, and all this noble company, where most you owe obedience.
My noble father, I do perceive here a divided duty. To you I am bound for life and education. I am hitherto your daughter, but here's my husband. And so much duty as my mother showed to you, preferring you before her father, so much I challenge that I may profess due to the more, my lord.
God be with you. I had rather to adopt a child than get it. I have done, my lord.
Let me lay a sentence which may help these lovers into your favor. To mourn a mischief that is past and gone is the next way to draw new mischief on. The robber that smiles steals something from the thief. He robs himself that spendeth boundless grief.
But words are words. I never yet did hear that the bruised heart was pierced through the ear. Proceed to the affairs of state.
The Turk makes for Cyprus. Othello, you must slubber of your new fortunes with this stubborn expedition.
I crave fit disposition for my wife.
Be it her father's.
I'll have it not so.
Nor I.
Nor I.
What would you, Desdemona?
Let me go with him.
Let her have your voices.
You must go away tonight. If virtue no delight and beauty lack, your son-in-law is far more fair than black.
She has deceived her father and may thee.
Honest Iago, my Desdemona must I leave to thee.
Iago, what will I do?
Go to bed and sleep.
I will drown myself. It is silliness to live in this torment. What should I do? It is not in my virtue to amend it.
Virtue, a fig. 'Tis in ourselves that we're thus. Our bodies are gardens, to which our wills are gardeners. It is merely a lust of blood and the permission of the will. Come, be a man, drown thyself, drown cats and blind puppies. Put money in thy purse, I say. Put money in thy purse. It cannot be that Desdemona shall long continue her love to the Moor. Put money in thy purse. Nor he his to her. It was a violent commencement, and thou shalt see answerable sequestration. Put money in thy purse. These whores are changeable in their wills. Fill thy purse with money. When she is sated with his body, she will find error of her choice. She must have change. She must. Therefore, put money in thy purse. Get it clean out of the way. Seek thou rather to be hanged and compassing thy joy than to be drowned and go without her.
Wilt thou be fast in my hopes if I depend on the issue?
Thou should be. Go. Make money. I have told thee often, I will tell thee again and again. I hate the whore. Let us revenge against him. Adieu. Hey, no more drowning, you hear?
I am changed. I will go sell all my land.
Thus do I ever make my fool my purse. Cassio's a proper man. Let me see now. To get his place and plume up my will in double knavery. How? To abuse Othello's ear that he is too familiar with his wife. He had the person smooth disposed to be suspected, framed to make women false.
Act 2, Scene 3, a seaport in Cyprus, an open place near the quay.
Oh, let the heavens give him defense against the elements.
Is he well shipped?
His bark is stoutly timbered, therefore my hopes stand in bold care.
A sail! A sail! A sail!
What noise?
Ranks of people cry, a sail!
My hopes do shape to sail for the governor.
They discharge their shot at first.
Go forth and give us truth, who 'tis that is arrived.
I shall.
Is your general wife?
Most fortunately, he hath achieved a maid. How now? Who has put in?
'Tis one Iago, ancient to the general.
He has had most favorable and happy seat. The rocks and congregated sands omit their mortal natures, letting go safely the divine Desdemona.
What is she?
Our great captain's captain, left in the conduct of the bold Iago, give renewed fire to our extinct spirits and bring all Cyprus comfort. Oh, behold, the ship has come on shore. Hail to thee.
I thank you, valiant Cassio. Can you tell me of my lord?
He is not yet arrived, but he's well.
How lost you company?
The great contention of the sea and skies parted our fellowship. But hark, a sail.
A sail! A sail!
Pew, 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 pew. They give their greeting. This is a friend.
Welcome, mistress. 'Tis my breeding that gives me this bold show of courtesy.
Would she give you so much of her lips, as of her tongue she often bestows on me, you'll have enough.
Alas, she has no speech.
In faith, too much.
You have little cause to say so.
Come on, your pictures out of doors, bells in your palace, wildcats in your kitchens, players in your housewifery, and housewives in your beds.
Oh, slanderer!
Nay, it is true, or else I return. You rise to play and go to bed to work.
Do not learn of him, Emilia, though he be thy husband. How say you, Cassio?
He
Is he
speak-
not profane?
He speaks homeward now.
He takes her by the palm, I won't say. With as little as web as this will I ensnare as good as fly as Cassio. The Moor!
Oh, my fair warrior!
My dear Othello!
It gives me wonder to see you here before me. If after every tempest come such calms, may the winds blow till they have awakened death.
Our loves and comforts should increase even as our days do grow.
Amen to that.
Oh, you're well tuned now.
News, friends! Our wars are done. The Turks are drowned. I prithee, good Iago, go to the bays and disembark my coffers.
Come hither, I must tell thee this. Desdemona is directly in love with him.
Why, 'tis not possible. I cannot believe it in her.
Blessed figs and blessed pudding! Didst thou not see her paddle with the palm of his hand?
Yes, that I did.
Lechery by this hand. Cassio knows you not. I'll not be far from you. Finds an occasion to anger Cassio.
Well,
He is rash and very sudden and cholered. Provoke him.
I will do this. Adieu.
That Cassio loves her, I do well believe it. Now, I do love her too, not out of absolute lust, though peradventure I stand accounted for as great a sin, but partly led to die my revenge. For that I do suspect the lusty Moor hath leaped into my seat. I have our Michael Cassio on the hip, abuse him to the Moor in the rank guard, but I fear Cassio with my nightcap too.
Act 2, Scene 3, a hall in the castle.
Iago hath directioned what to do.
Iago is most honest. Come, my dear love, good night.
Welcome, Iago. Isn't Desdemona just an exquisite lady?
What an eye she has. Well, happiness to their sheets. Come, Lieutenant, I'll have a stoup of wine.
No, not tonight.
But 1 cup, I'll drink for you.
I am unfortunate in the infirmity.
'Tis a night of revels, the gowns desire it.
Where are they?
Here at the door, call them in.
I'll do it.
If I can fasten but 1 cup upon him, he'll be as full of quarrel and offense as my young mistress's dog.
I got you, don't you worry. You good?
This is good. They give me a brown.
Ah, I see. Yes, I see, aye. Ooh.
Some wine, ho.
That was an excellent song. Well, to the health of our general. Well, gods above all, there be souls must be saved, and there be souls must not be saved.
It's true, Lieutenant.
Yeah, for my own part, I hope to be saved.
And so do I too, Lieutenant.
But by your leave, I will, by your leave, not before me. The ancient is to be saved before me. Do not think, gentlemen, I drunk. This is my ancient. Yeah, this is my right hand. This is my left. I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. I can stand. I stand well enough. And I speak well enough.
Excellent well!
Okay. I fear the trust Othello puts him in will shake his eyelid.
But is he often thus?
'Tis evermore the prologue to his sleep.
It were well the general were put in mind of it.
Come now, Roderigo. I pray after you, after Lieutenant. Go.
It is great pity that the noble Moor should hazard such a place as his own second with one of an engraft infirmity.
I do love Cassio well and would do much to cure him of this evil.
Help! Help!
But hark, what noise?
You help, you rascal!
What's the matter, Lieutenant?
The knave tried to teach me my duty. I'll beat the knave into a twig bottle. Beat me! Dost thou pray proud?
Hey, I pray you, sir, hold your hand.
Let me go, sir. I'll knock you over the master.
Come, you're drunk.
Drunk?
Go out and cry mutiny. Naked, Lieutenant, last gentleman, help! Help! God's will, Lieutenant, hold! You'll be shamed forever!
What is the matter here?
Sounds.
Hold for your lives!
Have you forgotten all sense of place and duty? Hold, the general speaks to you.
Why, how now, ho? From whence arises this? Honest Iago, who began this?
I do not know.
How comes it, Michael, that you are thus forgot?
I pray you pardon me. I cannot speak.
Worthy Montano, you were wont to be civil. What's the matter that you unlace your reputation thus for the name of a knight brawler?
Your officer, Iago can inform you of all that I do know. Nor know I aught by me that's said or done amiss this night, unless self-charity be a sin when violence assails us.
Iago, who began't?
If thou dost deliver more or less than truth, thou art no soldier.
I persuade myself to speak the truth. Montano and myself being in speech, there comes a fellow crying out for help, and Cassio following him with a determined sword to execute upon him. I heard the clinking fall of swords and Cassio high enough when I came back. I found them close together, at blow and thrust, even as again they were when you yourself did part them. More of this matter I cannot I report. But men are men, the best sometimes forget.
I know, Iago. Thy honesty and love doth mince this matter, making it like to Cassio. Cassio, I love thee, but nevermore be officer of mine.
What's the matter?
All's well now.
What are you hurt, Lieutenant?
I passed all surgery.
Harry, heaven forbid!
Reputation. My reputation, Iago. My reputation. Oh, I've lost my reputation, Iago.
Reputation is an idle and most false imposition. You have lost no reputation at all, unless you repute yourself such a loser. What was he that you followed with your sword?
I know not. I remember a mass of things, but nothing distinctly. I drunk.
I'll tell you what you should do. Our general's wife is now the general. Confess yourself freely to her. Importune her help to put you in your place again.
You advise me well.
In the sincerity of love and honest kindness.
I think it freely, and betimes in the morning I will beseech the virtuous Desdemona to undertake for me.
You are in the right. Good night, Lieutenant.
Good night, honest Iago.
And who's he then that says I play the villain, when the advice I give is free and honest, probable to the thinking, and indeed the course to win the more again? How am I then a villain to counsel Cassio to this parallel course, directly to its good? Whilst this honest fool plies Desdemona to repair his fortunes, I'll pour this pestilence into his ear, that he repeals him for her body's lust. She shall undo her credit with the more, so will her turn her virtue into pitch, and out of her own goodness make the net that shall enmesh them all. How now,
My
Roderigo?
money is almost spent.
How poor are they that have not patience? What wound did ever heal but by degrees? Retire thee, nay, get thee gone. Two things are to be done. My wife must move to Cassio to her mistress, myself the while to draw them more apart, and bring him jump when he make Cassio fight, soliciting his wife.
Act 3, Scene 1, before the castle.
In happy time, Iago.
You have not been to bed then.
No, I have sent in your wife.
I'll send her presently, and I'll draw them more out of the way.
Thank you. I never knew a Florentine more kind and honest.
Good morrow, I am sorry for your displeasure. The Moor protests he loves you.
Give me some advantage with some brief discourse with the gentle Desdemona.
Come in.
I am much bound to you.
Act 3, Scene 3, the garden of the castle.
Be assured, I will do all my abilities in thy behalf.
It grieves my husband as if the case were his.
Oh, that's an honest fellow.
Bounteous Madame, Michael Cassio, never anything but your true loyal servant. That policy may either last so long that my general will forget my love and my service to him.
Do not doubt that. I'll intermingle everything that he does. With Cassio's suit, thy solicitor shall rather die than give thy cause away.
Here comes my lord.
I'll take my leave.
Why?
I'm very ill at ease.
Well, to your discretion.
Ha, I would not lie.
What dost thou say?
Nothing, or if